Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and my IGTV. I'm going to be uploading this video on both platforms. Today we have a very exciting review, which I haven't done a review like this in so long. Christina Sikalias Luce del Sole collection, which translates to Light of the Sun in Italian for those who don't know. So this is what the PR box looks like. The details, already I'm obsessed. The fact that this ombre is so seamless on a reflective box is so hard to do as like a brand owner. I know how hard these things are to master. When you open it up, this is what is laying on top. We have got this gorgeous photo of Christina. She is such a hot bitch. And then on the back, we have got details about the products that I will read out to you guys as we go along. To take that off, we have the products. So this collection consists of a 10-pan eyeshadow palette, 2 glosses, and 2 highlighters. A little bit more info about this collection. This collection was inspired by Christina's travels to Italy, because I mean, Italy is just like so stunning. In the PR flyer, it says that each shade, texture, and shimmer is Christina's homage to this beautiful country. It's as if she sun-kissed the very brilliance of Italy and encapsulated it into these products to help anyone glow irresistibly. Thank you so much, Christina, for sending this out to me. I'm so excited. I feel like I've been on the bandwagon with you and Mark throughout this entire journey, this entire process. The elephant in the room, of course, is the Luce del Sole eyeshadow palette. It is a 10-pan eyeshadow palette. We have the Christina Sikalias beauty logo right here in the middle. So we have shimmering metallics, ultra mattes, and sparkling foil shadows in this palette. You can use wet or dry. I'm assuming the metallics and the shimmers you can use wet, okay? I've got no eyeshadow primer, setting spray, nothing on my arms. I want you guys to see this. Oh my God, I'm clocking myself right now. Okay, fuck my clip, don't worry about it. First shade is called Perla. The second shade is called Reale, or like real with an E, like Reale. I'm assuming it's Reale. Next shade is called Adora, or like how would like Wogmen say it? Like Adora, something like that. Oof. Next shade is Del Sole, which is this stunning gold. This is very like rich Dubai Prince vibes, you know what I mean? Fuck off. Can you see that? Oh my Jesus. And the last shade is called Luna. This is like a bronzy taupe. All right, so that is the top row done. I'm gonna go ahead and continue on the bottom row here. So the first shade that we have is Crema, which is like a cream. Right off the bat, this shade is very soft. Cream shades are very hard to get super pigmented, and the fact that that showed up right off the bat with no primer underneath. Next shade is Vista. This is like a taupey gray kind of color. Wow, so buttery. Next shade is Terra, the brown shade in the middle that has the logo on it. Next shade is Mocha, which is a deep, oh shit. It's like a deep espresso brown, I would say. This one needed a little more building up than the others, but I will say with darker shades, you don't want there to be an absolute shit ton of pigment. Usually, unless you're doing like a brown smoky eye, you're not actually applying that much of a darker shade to the outer corners of the eye. So I honestly do not mind that at all. Then last but not least, we have the shade Ombra, which I have no fucking idea what that means. I'm gonna have to ask someone. Oof. Holy crap. And that is the entire eyeshadow palette swatched. I'm gonna spray some of the Go Off Makeup Dissolving Mist on my arm from Patrick Star. Like, I don't know if you can see still, but that. See ya. I actually did buy the eyeshadow palette at time of launch just because I had that much FOMO. So I'm going to be giving that one away. Definitely keep an eye out here on my IG and on my Big K Beauty Instagram page for a sick giveaway as soon as we come back from lockdown. Cannot wait. All right, my arm is completely dry. Onto the highlighters. So there are 2 shades of the highlighter. I want to give you guys a little close up before I dig my fingers into them and swatch them. Here are the highlighters. This one is called Serenita and this one is Lumiera, or Lumiera, I guess. I don't know, whatever. So that's how the pigmentation is looking on my finger. That looks really nice. All right, going in with Serenita. Wow, these are super fine milled. That is what the 2 highlighters look like. Very finely milled. Definitely not glittery or chunky. To be honest, I look for in a highlighter nowadays. I used to like my highlighter to be absolutely blinding, but no one likes metallic cheeks anymore. Like, it's just, I'm glad that we're done with that. Last but not least, we have 2 lip glosses. These are the Luce del Sole lip gloss. This is a shade Peach Perla, and this pink is called Pink Perla. This is what the two colors look like. Very, very pretty. Brush applicator, love that. These don't have a scent. Oh, maybe like a very, very slight vanilla. Very, very faint though. Here is what the two shades look like. Very pigmented actually. I'm actually surprised at how pigmented they were. I thought these were just gonna be like a sheer gloss, but yeah, these look really, really pretty. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. I've got my brushes, I've got something else here you guys may or may not see soon. I don't know. I'm moving to Vista first. Why not? I'll probably end up using all of them anyway. Right off the bat, I can tell that these eyeshadows are quite softly pressed as I'm dipping my brush in. There is a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of kick up, but like nothing like the fucking like Anastasia Subculture palettes here. Very, very soft. That shade blended very, very nicely. You honestly can't even see where it starts and ends. It's also going to be quite interesting to see if there is any fallout, just because I've already done my base. Next shade I'm going in with is Terra. This warm, it's like a warm mocha kind of color. Oh, okay, yeah. These are blending out like barra, you know what I mean? I'm taking the same brush for all of these colors, guys. Grabbing the shade. Do I want to smoke it up or do I want to just, okay, yeah, let's smoke it up, fuck it. Mocha, I'm taking mocha. Packing that on the outer corner. Because I'm using the same brush, I'm just honestly grabbing that shade on the tip of the bristles. I'm gonna dip into the shade Ombre as well. This one seems to have a little more color. Ooh, she pigmented, okay. Smaller, more precise brush. This is the MAC 221 brush. I'm just gonna take that shade Ombre and deepen up right in that crease right there. Okay, so I have no idea where my camera cut out to, but I just popped the shade Perla in the inner corner of my eye and the shade Adora on my lid. Now with the lid shade, I found that when I used my finger to apply it, it actually applied a little bit more sheer, which is actually the opposite of what usually happens. Usually it applies a lot more pigmented. I found that spraying my brush down with some setting spray definitely made the biggest difference. Maybe you're looking at getting this palette, but you're not too sure if it's usable like every single day. These shades, you can honestly sheer them out with, you know, a fluffy blending brush if you really want like a light wash of color. Or if you want to pack on the color like I do, you can wet your brush and apply it with like a flat shader. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the eyes and my lower lash line, and then I will come back and move on to the highlight and lips. For lashes, I use my Caprice lashes, which will be coming to Bouquet Beauty very, very soon. Like, in a month or so. I'm just gonna say that. It's time to move on to one of my favorite parts of the entire makeup application, blush. I'm gonna be taking this KKW Beauty blush in the shade Fuzzy Pink. I need something a little bit more peachy. This is a little bit too cool tone. So I'm gonna go into my Radiant palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Maybe I'll use the gold one on my cheeks and the pink one on like the center of my face. Okay, yeah, that sounds good, done. All right, so I'm dipping into the shade Lumiera with my Anastasia A24 brush. You've got to be kidding. I just found my new favorite highlighter. Like, are you kidding? Considering how much I have powdered my face, because my face gets really, really oily, I literally packed my face with powder and this powder puff, and it's still showing up flawlessly. My skin looks juicy with this. Taking a small little fluffy eyeshadow brush and dipping into the shade Serenita. Sweaty upper lip vibes and a sweaty chin as well, why not? I honestly don't think I've used a highlighter that has this texture. It's very interesting, like powder particles are so small. Okay, I'm going to line my lips. I'm gonna grab the Morphe Honeymoon liner. This is my holy grail go-to. I'm honestly just gonna use lip liner for my entire lip because I wanna see how the glosses transform the color. I'm gonna try both of them on. I'm gonna do one, take it off, and then use the other, and then decide which one I wanna keep on. So the first one to go in with is the Peach Perla gloss. This component is so luxe, and it's like, it's got a good like weight to it. It doesn't feel like cheap and shit. These have a really interesting texture as well. They feel very creamy. They're not sticky like at all. Color is absolutely beautiful as well. And they have like a very, very, very faint scent. So juicy. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Pink Perla. It's not like a traditional Barbie pink shade. It's more of like a light rose. I love that sound. That sound is like amazing. Pink Perla is definitely the winner for me. All right, let's start with final thoughts on this collection. The eyeshadow palette, beautiful. honestly just beautiful. I haven't used an eyeshadow palette that has this exact formula in a very long time. The formula of these shadows is so soft and buttery. As you guys saw in the swatches, even you saw everything just gliding on my arm. The shimmers are incredible, as you can see. I wonder how they'll apply when you apply like a glitter glue underneath them. I might have to test that and I'll let you guys know on my story how I'll go with it. The mattes are super buttery, super blendable. Fallout in this palette was a breeze. Grab a brush, swept it off, and it just flew right off. I have nothing bad to say about this palette. I just wonder how this palette will go when it comes to using it on person of color, someone who has, you know, more tan, deeper skin than I do. I'm not saying that to suck up Christina's ass at all. You guys know that like I love and appreciate the PR that I get sent, but it does not define my opinion that I have about a specific brand. At the end of the day, I'm a reviewer and I have to list the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to every single product, and I do. The formula of these highlighters is once again very different to what I'm used to. I usually go for more cream highlighters nowadays. I don't usually use powder highlighters as much. That's just because I find that cream highlighters give a more skin-like finish, and I find that powder highlighters, they just kind of sit on top of the skin and it's just not the vibe that I go for anymore. Saying that, these have honestly just melted into my face flawlessly. In terms of finish, they remind me a lot of the Becca highlighters. As we know, Becca have now like fucked off the face of the earth, and the finish of these highlighters remind me a lot of Becca highlighters in the sense that they're really buttery, they don't sit on top of the skin, they really mesh into the skin beautifully, and they give a really nice highlight. As you can see, it doesn't look chalky, and when I'm face on, it doesn't look like there's like a strip of color on my cheek. What I really like about the gloss formula is that it has not made my lip liner underneath start to bleed and like get into cracks like in my lips. I cannot stand when glosses do that. The colors are beautiful. They're very universal. I feel any skin tone could pull either of these off. And the peach shade on someone who is a lot more tan, like, okay, just imagine this middle of summer, really bronzy skin, a lot of highlighter, no eye makeup, just a lash. Perfection. Christina and Mark, if you are watching this, congratulations. This is such a well put together collection. I love that there was a product for each step of the face. I really do feel like the quality of these products is something that I haven't experienced before. I know that this launch was so long in the making, and you can definitely tell why. If you guys have picked up any of the products from her collection, definitely let me know down in the comments. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.